Hello! Today we are going to be doing the bouncing egg experiment. For this experiment, you will need some water, some vinegar, 2 eggs, a flashlight or a torch, and lastly, a bowl, preferably see-through. Firstly, we are going to take one of our 2 whole raw eggs and put it in our water. Next, we are going to take our other raw egg and this time put it in our vinegar. The eggs look pretty similar, however, you may be able to see that the egg in the vinegar is fizzing. We shall check back on the eggs in a couple of hours. It has been 2 hours since we last checked on the eggs. The egg in the water looks the same, however, the egg in the vinegar has changed. The shell has begun to fizz. The acid in the vinegar dissolves the calcium carbonate that's in the shells. Look carefully at the egg that was in the vinegar. It no longer has its shell. It's beginning to feel a little bit rubbery. I have now removed the floating shell from the egg in the vinegar. We shall leave them alone. We will check back up on them in 7 days. It has now been 7 days and we shall check back on the eggs. This is what our 2 eggs look like now. Take the egg in the vinegar and place it in a dark room. Now get your torch and shine it on the egg in the vinegar. For comparison, I've also brought the egg in the water. The egg in the vinegar should have light bounce off it. Now look at the egg in the water. The light does not really bounce off the egg in the water, but it does in the egg in the vinegar. These are the 2 eggs out of their liquids. The egg in the vinegar is on the left, the egg in the water is on the right. The egg in the vinegar seems to have grown, and we can also peel apart more of its skin. This is the egg from the vinegar. We are going to hold it over a bowl. Do you think when I drop the egg it will splatter? If not, what do you think is going to happen to the egg? We shall see now. The egg bounces. This is because a chemical change takes place in the egg in the vinegar. The vinegar, which is an acid, reacts with the calcium carbonate of the eggshell. The change makes the shell go soft, then disappear. This is called decalcification. The egg in the glass does not chemically change. However, as you can see, it is very fragile, as when I was trying to pick it up, it broke. And now we just have a weird soggy shell thing. And we shall now see what happens to the egg in the water. This is the egg in the water. We shall now try holding this one over the bowl. Do you think this egg will splatter? Well, let's find out. Oh no! The egg cracked. So, if we were to hold it over again, like now, and drop it again, after a few attempts, it would completely splatter. Fun fact, you can do the same to chicken bones. You can make them so soft that you can bend them. By doing the same experiment, you put a wishbone or a leg bone into a jar of vinegar for 7 days. And then they will become all soft because the minerals in the bone make it strong and rigid, but the vinegar takes away these minerals and the bone dissolves like the eggshell. Did you know that the word vinegar comes from 2 French words, vin, which means wine, and aigre, which means sour? Vinegar has been in use for a long time, but do you know how long? It is known that vinegar was used in Babylon in 5000 BC. This was the bouncing egg experiment. I hoped you enjoyed.